Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Rimworld. It is I, Cubey, or Cubes now. And when we left off, I was just starting to colonize this Arab shrubland with rainbow grass. We had scouted around and we had placed the very basic structures we're gonna need. Eventually, we're probably gonna want to move on from barracks. But for now, barracks will have to do. The flash storm has ended. A little dog is pounding on my door. Now let's see. Todd was the night owl, right? No, that was Sappy? Yeah, Sappy. We're gonna real quick set Sappy's schedule. Sappy sleeps during the day. He really doesn't like the sun, and that's fine. Now, we're gonna set everyone's recreation hours so that they have just a little overlap with each other. So this means that our standard colonists will work before they get to do any fun, but that's fine. You know what, I'll just set that hour for them to be anything. That way, if they have work to do, they can, but that also means that if they need to say meditate, they'll get that done. Oh my god, that little dog is not stopping. 1 second. Okay, we're back. The little dog has hopefully been repelled. I just had to tell it to screw off. Are we out of wood? Well, we already have to get wood cutting, I guess. Now, the problem with these biomes is the lack of wood. Tree sowing might actually be a priority research in this colony. Now, we're not going to be relying too heavily on it. Okay, and our first research should be solar. Though biofuel refining is also a pretty good one. Solar panels. We've already got the bare basics of electronics. We could use wind power, but I don't want to. Where is solar? Okay, solar panel is right here. Now, we can't power our whole colony off of solar alone, but that'll do. A part to make sure we're not screwed. Thank you very much, Sappy. The solar flare is over, so we'll have power once we actually set up things that require it. Now, once this structure is set up, we're going to need to start working on our... I guess we'll need to start working on our stone cutting, because we can't rely on wood in this colony. Now, while we're at it, we're also going to get our mini quarry in place. This is a very important piece of equipment. Does anyone else have construction? You have it as a 3, you have it as a 3, you both do it. However, you have it as a first priority, research is a second, and you two who can do that, and then... Now, we don't have anyone who can mine well. This means that work should be our 5th priority, probably. Mining and quarrying. I tend to set everyone to quarry when they have nothing else to do, because very rarely will they have nothing else to do. And quarrying is basically an infinite source of resources like steel and plasteel and jade and even titanium. Now, as you can see, our construction worker is very shit at his job. But that's to be expected. It's his first time. What are you doing, Nick? Oh, you're consuming one of our very limited MREs. Okay. Now, we cannot afford to waste any time in setting up our cold storage either. We're gonna have to get solar researched as quick as possible while I start working on our stone cutters table. We're gonna have to make it out of steel. We're just gonna build it outside. Like, we can reinstall it later, or deconstruct it, or whatever. Just gonna be a bit of steel. Okay, Sappy is getting right back to work on making us solar panels. That's good. While Nick is digging us out a quarry pit. Now we're also going to need some recreation as soon as possible. And for that, what I normally do is I make sure I have someone who can hunt. We've got a couple people. And what I do is I set some wildlife for hunting. Seems our best option is zebras. Actually, we can't really do this yet. I would tame that Drifloon, as I do love the Pokemon mod, but we don't have any room. So let's just set this to do forever. And someone will hopefully work on some blocks. Now, I do have a bit of clay. Okay, Todd is already starting on the block construction. That's good. Thank you, Todd Howard. We're gonna need to keep wood for our doors, at the least. As wooden doors open the fastest, which is important. How's it going, Ognar? Once you're done mining, get out of there and go to sleep. Ognar is ready to gain a combat skill. He's got a lot of them. I don't know which to level up. I'll have to look into them later. As for Nick, I'm gonna give him rifle specialization. His carbine does not work with rifle skills, however. But that doesn't matter, because the first thing I'm going to give him is skills with self-aid, which means he'll be able to heal himself easier, as opposed to most people who might need outside assistance to be healed. Now, this big area is going to make an excellent fish pond, assuming we don't just dig out our own once we've researched moats, which we can do with one of the mods we've added. Now, probably in our priority list is to make a... We're gonna make a 9... We're gonna make an 11 by 11. We're just gonna set this up. Okay. We need to set that up, and that up. This is gonna be our... It's gonna be our little area for storing food, gardening, etc. Not gardening, for storing and eating food. Our tavern, our canteen, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be an important part of the colony. And we're also going to designate as many trees in the area as we can for cutting, as we just do not have any wood whatsoever. And that's like the most important thing right now. And once these colonists wake up, they should get into recreation mode first, and then they'll hopefully start doing some work. It's surprisingly raining. And Sappy has started some construction work. Once we know how to create once we know how to make solar panels, we're gonna have to make a couple so we can get this all colded up. But right now we got people chopping down trees, and thus getting our work done easier. We said this to do forever, right? Yeah, okay. So anyone who wants to do work is gonna do it quick. And for right now, we're actually going to suspend the make any stone block, and we're going to set it to only limestone. As that is the priority right now, is limestone blocks. Limestone is just, right now, it's the strongest rock we have access to. It's just, and it's not explicitly ugly. Later on, we'll get some marble, and we'll double layer this so that it's like limestone on the outside, marble on the inside, but... Let's see, anyone who can do... Okay, Todd. Your priority right now, craft. Constructing is also in your priority list, but like right now, you gotta make the blocks that we use to build our canteen. As otherwise there will be no canteen ever. What is Ognar even doing? Harvesting Segwar. Okay, he's just cutting trees. And while we wait, we're gonna assign everyone to fight back with their tact. The creatures around here are dangerous, but if we fight back, we can usually take them. Especially with carbines and auto pistols, as opposed to, you know, slow-firing revolvers and bolt actions like you would normally start with. Now we are running out of MREs rather quick, so we should probably set a fishing zone and a couple growing zones. First up, our fishing area. We're going to go for a 30 by 30. And from it we can get eel, trout, and koi. That's fine. And then we're going to set 3 6x6. We're going to set 4 6x6, sorry. Growing zones. And we're going to build tilled soil in them. Now, what this does is it makes each of these just a bit better. For this one, we're going to be growing rice. We need rice. We're going to be growing rice. And this one, we're going to be growing mammoth gold pumpkins, sure. In this one, we're going to grow corn, and in this one, we're still going to grow potatoes. These plants are all really good for our colony, and will be the foundations of a balanced diet. Sappy is already working on them. Failing to harvest plants, apparently. Well, that's fine. Hopefully, by the time we're situated, by the time we're situated, hopefully we'll have, you know, an extra colonist or two to handle the crops. Because crops tend to take a lot of time, especially when you got things like, especially when they're fast-growing ones like rice. But rice is overall the meta crop of the game. I just don't like exclusively relying on it. Because it feels kind of cheaty, you know? To exclusively use something so good. What are you doing? Do you have ADHD? Well, as long as you're getting things done, I guess that's fine. We're gonna need to set some work on marble blocks next, because those, again, are good looking. But for now, we just need to wait. Now, stone walls take a while to make. They're cumbersome. And because our construction worker is the same guy who does research, like our main one, we kind of have to wait on them for a lot of stuff. Oh, hey, the grass is all dying. Can you, like, do your job, Sappy? And not just, like, look retarded? Like, I love you, Sappy. You're my main auto-saving. That means it's a beautiful new day. Now we're gonna have plenty of corn, we're gonna have plenty of pumpkins, I guess. This is a pretty good crop for us to start. We're gonna need to look into tree sowing eventually and probably grow some ironwood because I like the look of it. But for now, we're fine. We just need to wait on Sappy to get all this done, then we can get him to start researching. What are you guys doing? Oh, harvesting trees again. We do need wood still. Wood is a resource we are critically out of. We only have 38 logs in storage, and we probably have a few more sitting around because nobody's doing hauling, but... Now, one of the great things about making stone blocks, aside from, of course, having a building material, is that the more stone blocks we make, the less cover invaders have. It means we can more easily control the cover of the battlefield. The only reason we're only doing specifically limestone right now is because it's what we need. Ognar is having a mental break risk. Why? Recreation starved and greedy for an impressive bedroom. It's too hot, you're sweating, yeah, welcome to the club, you're wet, you ate without a table, oh boy, we're in danger. Okay, we're gonna make a horseshoe pin. We're gonna make it right there. Sappy, hate to disturb your sleep. No, I don't, but can you make us a horseshoe pin before someone goes on a killing spree? Now, one good thing is I have some mods to disable the psychopath penalties, as I call them. That's why I didn't pick psychopath. We're gonna be, like, shooting raiders dead, and visitors have arrived. And we'll assure their safety, but they don't wanna... Okay, you are... Desert Eagle, not worth taking because it's poor quality. But you're free to hang around here. Just don't be a dipshit. Now we're hoping major break risk. Still Ognar, eh? If they turn into too much of a problem, I'm probably gonna have Todd, Sappy, and Nick shoot him dead. Especially since so far they haven't got any of the cool materials out of the quarry we made. Making them not worth it. Pug, please stay here. Please don't go whining that you're stuck in here. Silly Pug. Oh, I never started the timer. Well, judging by my pug's whining, it's probably about time I finish this episode. Next episode, we'll probably be completing the solar panel, and we'll be doing some other fun things. So, stay tuned for more. Eventually, I'll start editing these.